All right, let's do it. Let's talk about what happened in Minneapolis. ICE murdered an American citizen in cold blood, and then the Trump administration called him a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, plain and simple.
Yeah.
I see the administration trying to spin it, and it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't even have a moment where they're like, hey, we're reviewing the footage. We're going to try to see what's really happening. All of them, Trump and all the cronies, put out collective statements that immediately blamed an American citizen that was exercising his First and Second Amendment rights, right? He has the right to protest. He has the right to carry a firearm. He's a legal gun owner, right? There's no question about this whatsoever. And the administration immediately comes out and they try to gaslight the public, which you cannot do when we have 15 different videos of what happened.
Yes.
And
that is what they do, though.
But that is what they do.
Yeah.
And I think that governments have probably been doing this for centuries, millennia. And now you have a public that is armed with phones and we can see what actually fucking happened. And you're not going to just lie to us, plain and simple, like that. And yeah, it's just, I mean, to me, it's like you can have, first of all, I know we've had Trump on the podcast. I know there's probably people like you guys are the last ones that I want to hear talk about this. I don't think any of us are having this conversation to like curry any like goodwill or, you know, get people to like us or something like that. This is something that is undeniably abhorrent and we should be called out. Simple as that. Like, it's disgusting.
I get the frustration. People are like, oh, but you guys were with them, da-da-da.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get it.
100%. I get it. Again, if you never want to watch another thing again because we have Trump on, that is totally fine. Respect it. I completely get it. You're 100% allowed to be frustrated.
We made that decision knowing it was open to criticism. All right, there it is.
No knock on any criticism. That being said, like moving forward, we don't just like stay silent when something has this. Like if we do have a platform, there's people that we're talking to, you know, and we see something that is just so blatant. There's no like partisan bullshit with this. If you see it with your own eyes, you know exactly what happened. And there's something disgusting that's happening, not only in Minneapolis, I'm sure it's happening in other parts of the United States, where it's ICE is under the guise of security, right? Under the guise of safety, because that's what they're doing, right? Is every time something horrific happens, they keep going, but look at the pedophiles we got. Look at the murderers we got. Look at all the violent criminals we got. I looked at the numbers. It's 5% of the people they deported are violent criminals.
Yes.
There's probably more pedophiles in the Oval Office.
Exactly. If you bring up another fucking pedophile about deporting and you're not releasing the Epstein list, just shut the fuck up, all of you.
Yes.
I don't want to hear anything else about, oh, we got to deport the pedophiles. They're right here.
Yeah.
They're right here. They're a list of them, and you're not exposing it. And this is the thing that we've been asking for even before Trump was in office.
Yep.
Anyway, point being is you see this act, and then you see ICE, and the way that ICE is operating, right, with, I mean, masked guys, no name tags.
Gestapo-ish.
I 100%. Like, I heard people bringing it up, and like sometimes people are trying to go like, "Oh, you're exaggerating." No. You have to understand. It's like you have a government-enforced militia with no accountability,
Poor training.
inexperience, poor training. Obviously, you saw from this circumstance, no effort to de-escalate. If anything, efforts to escalate the situation, and yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. And then when you see the administration defend it, you go, well, where will the accountability ever come from? This is a government-enforced agency, and the government is backing them immediately without even reviewing the tapes, saying that they did nothing wrong. So you have guys that you don't know their names, you don't know what they look like, that the government is backing with impunity. What do you think is going to happen? More of this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Joey's from Minneapolis, obviously. He was saying they have more ICE officials or whatever than they do law enforcement, like actual police officers in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Yeah.
And apparently they have a quota of people, and that's why they're in such a rush to arrest as many people as possible.
They're doing things that objectively, I don't care which side of the aisle you're on, objectively are unconstitutional. So no matter which side of the aisle on, you would like to uphold the Constitution a little bit, right? Like you can't go enter someone's home without a warrant, and not some like federal administrative bullshit warrant that they're trying to like skirt around it.
Yeah.
You cannot enter someone's home without an actual warrant. I think it's like the
Judicial Amendment
It's the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah, Fourth Amendment.
Exactly. So it's like, and they're just entering homes. Dude, I saw them arrest somebody for having an accent. And the ICE agent that arrested him had an accent.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see that video? And the guy was like, you got an accent too.
Where are you from?
Exactly. And it was just like, you're seeing these, I mean, obviously you've heard of the situation of them deporting legal residents.
Yep.
Like, we at a certain point in time, and I think this is why there's zero support for this. I think it's important to speak up because I've spoken to a lot of people who are seeing it and they think it's abhorrent. And they go, I don't know if I feel comfortable talking about it. I don't know if they feel like exposure to Trump or whatever like that. I think those are the moments where you got to speak up, especially because
but you see how Trump moves. It's like, hey, you speak up, you're out.
all right, then you're out.
And,
Who gives a fuck?
And that's the problem. Everybody in his administration wants to be there.
Well, then I'm not even talking about people in the administration. I'm just talking about regular people that were sympathetic to, some of the immigration reform that Trump was talking about, and then are realizing, no, this is not what they wanted at all. And now they're just kind of quiet because they're worried about like getting licks or getting public lashings or criticism on the internet.
Which you do.
Get it. Get it. And anybody who wants to criticize us for platforming, 100%. That is fair. 100%. But that doesn't mean you just stay quiet. Like if you see something that you look at and you're like, I don't think this is America that I want to live in. And which is the sentiment of everybody right now. There are a few like ideologues in the internet that are trying to defend this. I'm sure you guys have seen.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of Americans are looking at this and they're going, this is not a country that we believe that we are. And we can't continue to support stuff like this. And I think it's important to talk about it.
I'm just going to give you pushback. I don't think the criticism that we're getting for having Trump on is fair because one, we've had people from both sides of the aisle on, and it's like we've never been a podcast that's like, hey, you should listen and do what we say or tell you to do.
Right.
We're just curious guys who wanted to have a conversation with the guy running for office, running for presidency. We wanted to have Kamala on as well. So it's like that criticism, I don't think it's fair. They're just, because we had him on and now they're like, oh, everything bad he's doing, we're attributing that to you just because you had him on. And I don't think that's fair at all. Because that's not what you wanted. If he came in here and said like, oh, hey, we're going to forcefully remove all of these illegal immigrants the way that they're doing it, we wouldn't be for that. And it would have been a lot of pushback.
I mean, we
even said that.
specifically pushed back. I specifically told him, I was like, dude, you hired illegals. Like I was taken care of by illegals. Like, let's have a pathway to citizenship. Let's have some empathy. And he's like, we're going after the criminals. And maybe I naively believed that he would do that. But it's very clear, like just by the numbers, that that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
And they're using this bullshit of like, we want to make sure you guys are safe and secure. How is this more safe? Tell me how this is more secure.
I don't feel any safer. Walking in any downtown of any city I perform in, it doesn't feel any safer.
Yeah. It's also, it bugs me when there's like a false dichotomy where people are like, yeah, dude, but you can't just let like the borders be completely open. So this has to happen. It's like, well, there was a time when, people were coming in illegally and then they were deported humanely. And that I think there is a way to do both. Right? Like Obama deported people that was done with civility and like keeping human integrity intact. Whereas this seems like it's intentionally cruel.
Yeah. And intentionally chaotic.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if someone comes in illegally and like, they get caught and then they get deported. It's like, I think most people are like, yeah, GG's. Like,
and they were aware of that risk when they came illegally.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want it to happen. I wouldn't want it to happen to my friends. Like, I think
100%.
what ICE is doing is awful. But again, it's the cruelty and like that cruelty is a feature of the system.
And it seems to be rewarded by the administration.
Right, exactly.
Or
And
at bare minimum defended.
Yeah.
With zero reflection or accountability. I was shocked that they each echoed the exact same sentiment. Not a single one of them was like, hey, we have to look at the footage. Immediate knee-jerk reaction. It was like a group text went out like, hey, show strength.
That is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
The group signal text went out.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
And that's the most concerning thing to me because like we can see in like the line of duty, like shit happens, right? Like,
I don't think the ICE officers are going out, how can we shoot an American citizen today?
right. I mean, yeah, I think they're going out to like intimidate people, but like as far as like killing goes, I don't know. But as far as like the recourse that happens after an event like this, you would hope that there's going to be some type of fair third-party investigation and holding people accountable,
Yeah,
right?
the grossest part of the Trump
Like that's what
statement.
you want to happen.
That's what you want to happen.
The
But
grossest
we've
part of
seen his first administration. He doesn't like being held accountable for anything.
Right.
And I don't think it's any different.
The part that got me in his statement was immediately deflecting to Ilhan Omar and how she has so much money, which is a thing. But like someone is dead, and then within 2 sentences, you're trying to deflect onto Ilhan Omar being crooked with money, which I do. I think she probably is.
Look
But
into that too.
Yeah, this ain't the fucking time in the same statement. You're
But
gonna
just as
deflect
you
to
want
that.
accountability for her, if that is
Yeah.
fucked up or if it is crooked, then we want accountability for this.
Yeah.
And
Like, yeah.
accountability for her is not accountability for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's just horrendous.
And by all accounts, he seemed like a good guy. Like he's literally like
Yeah.
like a gun owner. He's like as far as like the American sort of like stereotype goes, like he's working with veterans, a legal gun owner, protesting, doing all the right things.
Probably voted for Trump if we just looking at the facts.
Yeah.
This guy's supporting veterans. He, again, legal gun owner, which in and of itself, usually that's a single issue thing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean,
You got
maybe,
no sympathy for one of your own?
Son,
I guess
Trump is
regardless-
taking away your Second Amendment, man.
Yo, you saw them say
Yeah.
that. I think one of them said, I forget who, it was like, why would you take a gun to a protest?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've seen this all over the internet, but people are like, where was the same energy with Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Yo, no problem when he took a fucking AK to the protest.
Yep.
So, which I think is an incredibly fair argument. Yeah, it's
Yeah, even talking to like my conservative friends, it's like, imagine in the future, which this probably wouldn't happen because I just don't see it being a feature of the Democrat Party. But like, imagine 2 cycles from now, you have a Democratic president that's like, hey, we want to make sure every gun owner in America has the right paperwork, all the right registration for their
instead
weapons.
of going after illegals, they're going after gun owners.
But you just want to make sure everyone has the right paperwork. That's
And
all.
they're stopping you in the street. They're like, you look like a gun owner.
And they're sending mass people around to people's houses that have guns. They're like, hey, we just want to make sure you have all your weapons. Is that cool? Da da da. Like, it would be pandemonium. Like, everyone would be like, why are you doing this? And
You'd
I
be
don't-
furious.
I don't
want
want
to push back against that too.
I don't want to live in a country where you just have like masked agents going around like checking people and rounding people
Yeah,
up.
but because it's happening to brown people, people voted for it. Mm-hmm. Like, he said he was going to do this. Not in the manner that they're doing it, but he did say, hey, I plan to deport as much people as possible. Like,
I think the argument would be like deporting people that are not legally here in a humane or kind way would be much more digestible than this horrific shit that we're seeing. And not saying that those people that are deported couldn't then get legal status at another time. Me personally, I would rather a pathway to citizenship. But if somebody goes, hey, we need a strong border and we should have laws, and if you enter the country illegally, you should be removed and then try to re-enter legally. If somebody said that, I wouldn't go, you're crazy.
Yeah. And Fareed Zakaria, who is a liberal who I think is awesome, came on here and said, yeah, the Democrats gave asylum to too many people. It was just like a very easy excuse to get, and we just let everybody get asylum. We shouldn't have done that. So again, I don't think what was going on before was good, but what is going on now is so undeniably bad. And yeah, I don't know if you remember, like 5 years ago, we were talking about police reform during COVID, and I was like, if this was happening to white people, it would get a much different response. And I think Black Lives Matter should highlight the times when there was like police abuse or whatever toward a white person, a U.S. citizen. And I think that's part of why you're seeing so much outrage. And I think that's the one silver lining of this thing is you're seeing abuse to U.S. citizens, white dudes. And it hits people differently when they look like you. That's just what it is. If the guy looks like, you're not a bad person for feeling this way.
Yeah.
When you see yourself reflected in a guy that's a victim that's getting brutalized, it hits you differently. And that's the one like kind of silver lining of this very dark cloud is like, oh, now you're seeing it happen to everybody. It happens to everybody. And now maybe we should do something.
I mean, like, couldn't you just think about it? Like, if your face was shown on all those videos that are out there, if your name tag was present, if your badge number was there, wouldn't you act differently?
yep.
And if it wasn't, if you were a completely anonymous human being, you would also act differently. And we have to accept that given these circumstances and given the support, and I would even say like the push of the administration to behave in a certain way, you're just going to get more of this if you don't change it. Like this doesn't stop today. If they don't change it drastically, we'll just have more and more of this, plain and simple.